Hello everyone! Magandang buhay sa lahat. Welcome na welcome po kayo dito sa aking Mathematics Tagalog tutorial. Sa video na ito ay magpipresent po ako ng different multiple choice questions as practice test or practice review for the upcoming periodical test. So ang content po ng reviewer na ito ay about volume of pyramid. So how to calculate the volume of pyramid. Next is how to calculate or how to solve problems involving volume of pyramid and illustration of sets. Then, sets using Venn diagram and subsets of real numbers. So ito po ay part 2 ng aking ginagawang reviewer. Kung hindi po niyo napanood yung part 1 ay balikan lang po ninyo dito sa ating channel. Puntahan lang po ninyo yung ating playlist. Okay, so let's start for number 1 question. Ito po ay about the volume of pyramid. What is the shape of the lateral face of the pyramid? Letter A, square. Letter B, cylinder. Letter C, triangle. And letter D, rectangle. So, paano po natin sasagutin itong question na ito? So, kung hindi po nyo napanood o hindi po na-discuss yung illustration kung ano nga ba ang pyramid, ay hindi po nyo alam kung ano po yung lateral face ng pyramid. Okay, so ito po yung ating pyramid. So, sa ating pong pyramid, ito pong pinakababa, ito po yung tinatawag nating base. At ito po yung tinatawag nating lateral face. Ano po? Ito po yung side ng ating pyramid. So, ito po ay always triangle po yung kanyang lateral face. So, our answer is letter C. For number 2 question, which of the following cannot be a base of a pyramid? Letter A, triangle. Letter B, square. Letter C, rectangle. And letter D, circle. So, alin po dito sa ating choices daw ang hindi pwedeng maging base ng pyramid? Ibig sabihin, yung tatlo po ay pwedeng base at yung isa ay hindi po pwedeng maging base ng pyramid. So, again, ito po yung ating illustration ng pyramid. So, yung pyramid po natin, ang base po ay ito po yung pinakang baba. Okay? So, ayon po sa definition ng pyramid, ang base po ng pyramid ay polygon. So, ano pong ibig sabihin ng polygon? Ang polygon po ay pwedeng triangle, pwedeng rectangle or quadrilateral, pwedeng pentagon, hexagon, and so on. Yun po yung polygon. So, alin po dito ang hindi polygon sa ating pong choices? Yan po ay letter C. So, yung circle po, hindi po pwedeng maging base ng pyramid. Ano po? Kasi po, pag circle na po ang base ng pyramid, ang tawag na po doon ay cone. Ano po? So, pwede pong base ng pyramid ay triangle, square, rectangle. Okay? So, our answer here is letter D. Number 3 question, what is the formula or equation to be used in calculating the volume of a pyramid? Letter A, V is equal to 1/3 times length times width times height. Letter B, V is equal to 1/2 times length times width times height. Letter C, V is equal to length times width times height. And letter D, V is equal to pi r squared height. So, alin po dito ang formula for or that can be used to calculate the volume of pyramid. So, ang formula po natin dito ay ito pong letter A. So, ang pyramid po sa formula, ang keyword po natin ay 1/3. Okay? 1/3 of the length times width times height. Or 1/3 the base of the pyramid times its height. For number 4 question, which of the following can be a volume of a pyramid below? Okay, ito po yung ating pyramid. Letter A, 120 cubic centimeter. Letter B, 200 cubic centimeter. Letter C, 400 cubic centimeter. And letter D, 1,200 cubic centimeter. So, ang question po na ito ay hinahanap po yung volume ng pyramid na ito. So, ibig sabihin, hindi po natin masasagot yung choices o hindi po tayo makakakuha ng sagot sa choices kung hindi po tayo magsosolve. Okay, so magsosolve po tayo. Again, since volume po ng pyramid, ito po yung ating formula. So volume of pyramid is equal to 1/3 times length times width times height. Okay, so substitute lang po natin yung given. So this will become, yung 1/3 po ay constant. So 1/3 pa rin po yan. Ito pong length times width dito, ito po yung area ng base. Yung ating pong pyramid, ang base po niya ay 10 by 10. Ibig sabihin, ang base po niya ay square. So ilalagay po natin dito pa rin length and width. Ito po yung 10 and 10. Okay? So kasi yung length times width dito, ito po yung base ng pyramid. Okay? So this become 10 then times 10. Ito po yung length and width. Since ito po ay rectangle, ganun pa rin po yung pag-compute natin. Length times width pa rin po yan. Okay? Kahit pareho po silang side. And then next po ay times height. Ang height po ng pyramid ay nakalagay po dito 12 cm times 12 cm. Then next, ang gagawin lang po natin dyan, so 1/3 times 10 times 10 times 12, multiply lang po itong tatlong number na ito. 10 times 10 times 12, that is equal to 1,200. And then ang unit po niya ay cm, 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 tatlong cm po pag nagsama-sama, cubic centimeter. And then 1/3 po, i-divide lang po natin itong sagot natin itong product by 3. So that is divide by 3. If you are going to divide 1,200 divided by 3, the answer is 400 and the unit is cubic centimeter. Okay, so the volume of the pyramid is 400 cubic centimeter. Yan po ay letter C sa ating choices. Number 5 question. Find the volume of a rectangular pyramid whose base is 4 decimeter by 6 decimeter and height of 10 decimeter. Okay, so we have choices. A, 240 cubic decimeter. Letter B, 150 cubic decimeter. Letter C, 80 cubic decimeter. And letter D, 42 cubic decimeter. So again, hindi po natin makukuha yung sagot unless na kailangan mag-calculate po tayo. Okay? So again, ang hinahanap ay volume ng pyramid, the same, yung formula na gagamitin natin. Ang base daw po ng ating pyramid ay 4 decimeter by 6 decimeter. So ito po yung length times width. Ito po yung kanyang base. Okay? So this become 1/3 ay constant. Length times width, that is 4 decimeter times 6 decimeter. Ito po yung base ng pyramid, 4 by 6. And then ang height po niya ay 10 decimeter. So h po, height is 10 decimeter times 10 decimeter. So the same process po, multiply lang po natin yung 3 numbers. 4 times 6 times 10, that is equal to 240. And then ang unit po natin, decimeter, 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 tatlo pong decimeter. Pag nagsama-sama, cubic decimeter. Okay? And then divide lang po natin yung product by 3. So that is divide by 3. And 240 divided by 3, that is equal to 80 decimeter or cubic decimeter. So the volume of the pyramid is 80 cubic decimeter. Yan po ay letter C. Ito po ay letter C sa ating choices. For number 6 question, so ito po ay problems involving pyramid. The base of a pyramid has an area of 60 square centimeter. Which of the following measures is the height of the pyramid if its volume is 100 cubic centimeter? Okay, so ito po ay problem solving about pyramid. So we have choices A, 5 cm, B, 10 cm, C, 15 cm, and D, 30 cm. So paano po kaya ito i-calculate? So given po yung base ng pyramid, which is ang area po niya ay 60 square centimeter. Okay? Gamitin po natin yung formula ng volume ng pyramid. Okay? So, dalawa po yung given natin, 60 square centimeter at 100 cubic centimeter. So, yung 100 cubic centimeter, ito po yung volume ng pyramid. So, ilagay lang po natin or substitute po natin dito sa ating formula, volume of pyramid. So, ilagay po natin 100 cubic centimeter. Okay, ganyan lang po yan. And then, i-follow po natin yung ating formula. So, ang volume po ay 100 cubic centimeter. Ito po yun. Substitute lang po natin. And then, next po ay equal. And then, next po ay 1/3. So, sunod lang po yan. And then, next, length times width times height. So, wala pong nakalagay dito na length, width, and height. Pero ang may nakalagay po dito, the area of the base is 60 centimeter. Again, yung base po natin dito, ito po yung length times width. Ito po yung base ng pyramid. Okay? Kaya ilagay lang po natin dito itong length times width. Ito na pong 60 times 60 square centimeter. Okay? So, notice, ito po ay square centimeter. Dalawa na po yan. Ito po yung length times width. Kaya square centimeter. And then height po, sa problem ay, ang hinahanap po ay height. So which of the following measures is the height? Ito po yung height. So ibig sabihin, unknown po yung height natin dito. So lagay lang po natin dyan, height. Okay, notice here, isa na lang po yung variable na nandito sa ating equation. Ito po ay h. So pag simplify po natin ito, makakalculate po natin yung height ng pyramid. Okay, so paano po? Paano po natin umpisahan? First po ay i-multiply po natin ito 1/3 times 60. So ibig sabihin ng 1/3 times 60 ay i-divide lang po natin 60 divided by 3. Okay? So baba lang po natin. 60 divided by 3 is 20 square centimeter. Okay? So, ito na po yun. 1/3 of 60 is 20 square centimeter unit. Then, baba po natin yung height. So, times height. And then, sa left ng equal sign, baba mo natin yung 100 cubic centimeter. Okay? So, yan na po yan. 100 cubic centimeter is equal to 20 square centimeter times height. Okay, so ito pong 20 square centimeter, lipat po natin sa kabila. So, paano po yan? Since ito po ay multiplication, divide lang po natin yan. Okay? So, kung ano po itong kasama ng height, yun po yung di-divide natin. So, since 20 square centimeter, divide by 20 square centimeter. At kung ano yung dinivide natin dito, sa right ng equal sign, yun din po yung i-divide natin sa left ng equal sign. Para fair po sila. Dapat pareho po yung i-divide natin. Ang purpose po nun, ika-cancel po natin itong 20 square centimeter. Okay? So, ang matitira po sa right ng equal sign, ito pong height. Okay? And then, divide lang po natin. 100 divided by 20 is 5. And then, ang unit po niya ay centimeter. So, paano po naging centimeter? I-divide po natin itong cubic centimeter divided by square centimeter. So, pag divide po natin yung unit at may exponent, ima-minus lang po natin. So, 3 minus 2 is 1. So, mayroon pa pong isang centimeter na natitira. Kaya, ang unit po niya ay cm. So, the height of the pyramid is 5 cm. Yan po ay letter A dito po sa ating choices. For number 7 problem or question, the volume of a rectangular prism is 45 cubic centimeter. What is the volume of the largest pyramid that can be inscribed in the rectangular prism? Letter A, 5 cubic centimeter. Letter B, 10 cubic centimeter, letter C, 15 cubic centimeter, and letter D, 30 cubic centimeter. Okay, balikan po natin itong problem. So, ang volume po ng rectangular prism is 45 cubic centimeter. Bakit po kaya napasok po dito yung prism? Okay? Kasi po, yung ating rectangular o yung ating pyramid ay galing po sa prism. Ano po? Kinat po yung prism para magkaroon po ng shape na pyramid. Okay. Kaya, mayroon po kaugnayan yung prism doon po sa pyramid. Okay, paano po isolve itong problem na ito? Ganito lang po yon. So, base pa rin po tayo sa volume ng pyramid. Okay, and then next ay sa ating pong volume ng pyramid, di ba, ito po ay 1/3, yung original po niya ay 1/3 times volume of prism or 1/3 times length times width times height. Yung length times width times height po kanina, ito po yung volume ng prism. Okay? Hindi ko na po ilalagay yung length times width times height dito kasi given po dito yung rectangular prism. So, ang kanyang volume po ay 45 cubic centimeter. So, substitute lang po natin dito. So, this become, okay, 1/3 times 45 cubic centimeter. Ganito lang po yan. Okay? And then, ano po yung gagawin natin? So, just multiply 1/3 times 45 or divide 45 divided by 3. Okay? So, the answer is 15 cubic centimeter. So, 1/3 times 45 is 15. And then, yung ating pong unit cubic centimeter. So, yung 15 cubic centimeter, ito po yung largest pyramid that can be inscribed in the rectangular prism. Okay po? So, sa choices, ang sagot po natin ay letter C. Okay, so next, refer to the given statement below to answer question number 8 and 9 or number 8 to 9. Myra received a gift from her parents. The package gift is in the form of a square pyramid. The base edge of the gift is 20 centimeter while its height is 8 centimeter. This is question number 8. What kind of polygon is the base of Myra's gift? Letter A, pentagon. Letter B, rectangle. Letter C, square. And letter D, triangle. Okay, so para masagot po natin ito, Balikan po natin yung problem. So, Myra received a gift from her parents. The package gift is in the form of a square pyramid. So, nabanggit po dito yung square pyramid. Ibig sabihin, pag square pyramid po ito, ang kanyang base po ay square. Ano po? So, tanong po ay, what kind of polygon is the base of Myra's gift? So, ang base po niya ay square. So, that is letter C po dito sa ating choices. For number 9 question, find the volume of the package gift of Myra. So, we are going to calculate the volume of the package gift of Myra. Okay? So, again, since volume po ng pyramid, ito pa rin po yung gagamitin natin, yung formula ng volume ng pyramid. Okay? Substitute po natin yung given. So, nakalagay po dito ay the base age of the gift is 9 cm. So, ang base po niya ay 9 cm. Since ito po ay square, ito po ay 9 by 9. Square po, ano po? So, yung length times width dito, ito po yung kanyang base. So, 9 po yung edge. Again, square po. So, ang length po ay 9, ang width po ay 9. Okay? So, gawin po natin. So, 1/3 times 9 times 9. Ito po yung base age ng gift ni Myra. Ito po ay square, kaya pareho po yung kanilang sukat. And then, times height. Nakalagay po dito, while its height is 10 cm. So, ang height po niya ay 10, so that's 10 cm. So, again, just multiply the three numbers, 9 times 9 times 10. That is equal to 810, and then divide by 3 lang po yan. So, 810 divided by 3, that is equal to 270. Then, ang unit po natin ay 3 cm. So, cubic centimeter. So, 270 cubic centimeter, yan po ay letter D dito po sa ating choices. For number 10 question, a paperweight made of glass is sold as a souvenir at a tourist center. The height of the pyramid paperweight is 4 inches and its base area is 9 square inches. How much glass in cubic inches is needed to manufacture 100 paper weights? So we have A, 1,200 cubic inch, letter B, 1,000 cubic inch, letter C, 800 cubic inch, and letter D, 600 cubic inch. So again, hindi po natin makukuha yung tamang sagot dito without calculation. Okay? So, the same process, gamitin po natin yung volume ng pyramid. So, we have 1/3 times length times width, o ito po yung base, and then times height. So, nakalagay po dito ay the height of the pyramid paperweight is 4 inches. So, ang height po niya ay mayroon 4 inches and its base area is 9 square units. So, given na po yung base area. Pag sinabi pong base area, yan na po yung length times width. Ito po yung base yan. Kaya po ito po ay square units. So, ibig sabihin, dalawa na po yan. Ito po yung length times width. Okay? So, substitute po natin, 1/3 times length times width is 9 square inch. So, dalawa na po yun, length times width. Yan na po yung area ng base. Ano po? So, 9 square inch. And then, yung ating pong height, the height is 4 inches, then times 4 na lang po yan. Okay? And then, just multiply po. 9 times 4, that is equal to 36. And then, ang unit po natin ay cubic inch. So, dalawa pong inch at 1 inch. Then, kapag pinagsama po natin, magiging 3, kaya cubic inch. And then, pag ni-multiply po ito, divide by 3 kasi 1/3 po yan. So, 36 divided by 3, that is equal to 12 cubic inch. Yan po ay, 12 cubic inch yung volume ng isang pyramid. So, ang sabi po dito, how much glass in cubic inches is needed to manufacture 100 paperweights? So, magmamanufacture po tayo ng 100 paperweights. Sa isa-isa pong paperweights, ang kanyang pong volume ay 12 cubic inch. So, times 100 po natin yan. So, that will become 1,200 cubic inch. So, yan po ay letter A dito po sa ating choices. Okay, for next question, ito na po ay about sets. Number 11. It is a collection of well-defined distinct objects. The objects contained are called elements. Letter A, pyramid. Letter B, cylinder. Letter C, prism. And letter D, set. Okay, so pag sinabi po nating collection of well-defined distinct objects, from the word collection, iyan po ay set. Ano po? So, yan po ay letter D sa ating choices. So, ito po yung definition ng set. Number 12 question, which of the following statements does not belong to the group? Letter A, set of fruits. Letter B, set of honest people. Letter C, set of counting numbers. And letter D, set of all even numbers. Since ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito ay about set, then ito pong choices po natin na apat, tatlo po dito ay well-defined set at isa po dito is not well-defined set. Ito po yung not belong to the group. Okay? Yung tatlo po ay magkakasama, magkakagrupo, at yung isa po ay hindi nila kagrupo. Okay, so yung letter A po natin, ito po ay well-defined sets. Gawin din po yung letter C, well-defined sets, at letter D, well-defined set. Bakit po well-defined set ang A, C, and D? Kasi po yung set of fruits, alam po natin kung ano yung mga fruits. Ito pong letter C, counting numbers, alam po natin. Well-defined, defined po natin kung ano yung counting numbers. At letter D, even numbers. So alam po natin yung even numbers. Pero ito pong letter B, ito po ay not well-defined. Bakit po? Set of honest people. So hindi po natin kilala o alam sino nga po ba yung honest people sa ating community. So ito po yung does not belong to the group. So our answer is letter B. Okay, for number 13 question. Which of the following sets is an empty or null set? Letter A, set P is the set of odd numbers. Letter B, set U contains the set of months of the year. Letter C, set N is the set of months with 25 days. And letter D, set X is the set of counting numbers less than 20. So ang hinahanap po ng problem ay empty set or null set. So pag sinabi po nating empty or null set, wala po siyang element. Okay? So zero element po siya. Okay. Unahin po natin yung letter A. Set P is the set of odd numbers. Meron po ba tayong odd numbers? Yes, meron po tayong odd numbers. So hindi po iyan empty set. Okay, meron po yan. Okay? Next, letter B. Set U contains the set of months of the year. Meron po ba tayong months of the year? Yes, ang months of the year po natin ay from January to December. So, meron po siyang element. So, hindi po iyan null set or empty. How about letter C? Set N is the set of months with 25 days. So, meron po ba tayong months na 25 days only? From January to December? So, wala po. Ibig sabihin, ito pong letter C, yan po ang walang element. So, pag walang element, then ito po ay empty or null set. Okay? So, our answer is letter C. For number 14 question, which of the following is R, the subset or subsets of P is equal to 1, 2? Okay? So, ang elements po ng set P is 1 and 2. Ang hinahanap po ng problem ay subset or subsets. Bakit po may slash S at slash is R? So, pwedeng isa ang subset, pwedeng marami, kaya subsets. Okay? Kaya mayroon po sa choices all the choices. Okay? So, alin po dito ang possible subsets? Subset po niya yung A po baga, 1 and 2. Pareho po sila ng element. Yes, subset po ito. Okay? How about Y is equal to 1? 1 po ang element ng Y. So, meron pong 1 sa set P na given. So, subset po ba yung Y? Yes, subset din po yun. So, subset yung A, subset yung B. How about Z? So, wala po siyang element, null set or empty set. Empty set siya. Subset po ba ng set P? Yes. Di ba po ang empty set or null set is a subset of any set. Okay? So, subset po niya yung A, B, at C. Ibig sabihin, ang sagot po natin dyan ay all the choices. For number 15 question, which is true about the two sets P and Q? So, P is equal to X, such that X is even numbers between 5 and 10. And set Q is equal to X, such that X is counting numbers less than 10. So, meron po tayong choices A, P intersection Q. Ito po yung element. Then, letter B, P intersection Q. May elements po. C, P union Q. And then, D, P union Q. So, yung A and B ay intersection. And then, C and D ay union. Ang tanong, hindi po natin masasagot yan kung hindi po natin alam yung elements ng P and Q. Okay po. So, unahin po natin yung P. Ano po yung kanyang elements? Even numbers between 5 and 10. Ano po ba yung mga even numbers? Yun po yung mga divisible by 2. So, ano po yung divisible by 2 na nasa pagitan ng 5 and 10? Yun po ay 6 and 8. So, ang element po or elements ng set P ay 6 and 8. Yun po yung even numbers between 5 and 10. How about set Q? Ano po yung kanyang elements? Counting numbers less than 10. So lahat po ng counting numbers less than 10, so from 9, 8, 7 hanggang 1, lahat po ito ay counting numbers na mas mababa sa 10. Kaya hanggang 9 lang po. Okay, start po tayo ng 1. So ito po yung elements ng set P at ito po yung elements ng set Q. Ang tanong, tingnan po natin dito. Okay? So intersection daw po ng P and Q is 6, 8. Okay? Ano po ba yung intersection? Pagkakapareho ng elements ng P and Q. So may 6, 8 dito sa P. Meron po bang 6, 8 dito sa Q? Okay, tingnan natin. Guhilan natin. 6 at 8. Okay. So meron po bang 6, 8? Yes, meron po din po sa P. So ang intersection po ng P and Q ay 6, 8. So ibig sabihin, ang sagot po natin ay letter A. Tingnan po natin yung B, C, D. Kung baka magtutrue naman po ito. Intersection ng P and Q ay 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, hindi po. Kasi wala pong 7 and 9 sa P. Pag sinabing intersection, di ba po magkapareho? So, hindi po ito. Okay, ang sagot. Letter C, P union Q. Pag sinabi po natin union, pagsamahin lahat, okay, ng elements. So, tingnan po natin. Hindi po niya pinagsama lahat. 6, 8 lang po ang kinuha niya. So, ibig sabihin, this is not true. Okay? How about letter D? P union Q, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So, 5, wala na pong, meron pong 5 dito. Kaya lang, wala pong 1. 1 to 4. Ano po? Pag sinabi po natin union, kunin po lahat yung elements ng dalawang set. So, wala pong 1 to 4 at sumobra po ng 10 yung given dito. So, hindi rin po ito true. So, ang true lang po dito ay letter A. Okay, so next question. Ito na po ay about sets using Venn diagram. Okay? So refer to the Venn diagram below to answer question number 16 to 17. Okay? So this is our Venn diagram and this is our question number 16. Which of the following best describe the Venn diagram? Okay, so ito po 'yon. So alin po dito ang best describe this Venn diagram? Dito po sa ating choices. Okay? Unahin po natin dito. P is a subset of Q. So, P is a subset of Q. So, ibig sabihin, kapag ito po ay P subset of Q, yung P dapat ay nasa loob ng Q. Baliktad po. Yung Q po ang nasa loob ng P. Ano po? So, this is wrong. Okay? Next, letter B. Q is a subset of P. Okay, so yung Q daw po ay nasa loob ng P. Yes, yung Q po ay nasa loob ng P. So, pag ito po yung Venn diagram, Q is a subset of P. Ganyan po yung kanyang Venn diagram. So, our answer dyan is letter B. Check po natin yung letter C. P union Q. Yan po ba ang P union Q? Hindi po. How about P intersection Q? Ganyan po ba ang drawing? Ang Venn diagram, hindi rin po. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ito lang po ang nag-check. So, ibig sabihin, our answer is letter B. For number 17 question, what is N close and open parenthesis P? So, ano pong ibig sabihin nito? So, ito po ay cardinality of set P. So, what is the cardinality of set P equal to? Letter A, 2, B, 4, C, 6, D, 8. So, ito po ay madaling question lang. Pag sinabi po natin cardinality, pag ganito pong symbol, ay bibilangin lang po natin ilan po yung elements ng set P. Mula po sa ating Venn diagram, ito po ay nandito, sakop po niya itong Q. So, ilan po yung elements ng P? So, ito pong 8, 4, 2, 6, sakop po niya lahat. So, lahat ito ay elements niya. So, ilan po yung kanyang elements? 4. So, ang sagot po natin dyan ay 4. So, the cardinality of set P is equal to 4. Okay, so next question po tayo. Refer to the Venn diagram below to answer question number 18 to 19. Okay, so ito po yung ating Venn diagram at ito po yung question number 18. Which is true about the Venn diagram? Okay, letter A, U, 1, 2, A, B, C, D, E, F. So, ito po yung kanyang choices. So, ang tanong, alin po dito ang true? So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng choices po ay pag-aaralan natin mula po dito sa ating Venn diagram. So, ang binanggit po dito ay U. So, tingnan po natin. Ang U po ay universal set. Ito po yung U. Ibig sabihin, sakop po niya lahat yung nasa loob po ng quadrilateral na ito or rectangle. So, ano po yung mga sakop niyang elements? Okay, ito po yung 1, 2, A, B, C, D, E, F. So, lahat po ng elements dito ay sakop niya. Tingnan po natin. U is equal to 1, 2, A, B, C, D, E, F. Lahat po ba nakuha dito? Yes. So, ibig sabihin, ito po ay true letter A. Check po natin yung letter B, C, and D. Okay, so for letter B, N. Set N is equal to 1, 2. Ito po yung N. Yung N po ba ay may 1? Kasi may 1 po kaagad dito na element ng N. May 1 po ba sa sakop ng N? Wala. So, ibig sabihin, this is wrong. How about C? M is equal to 1, 2, A, B, C, D, F, E, F. Ito po yung M. May 1 din po ba na sakop ng M? Kasi may 1 po dito. Wala po. So, hindi po ito true. How about D? M union N. Pag sinabi po nating M union N, pagsasamahin natin lahat ng elements under M and N. So, 2, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, kaya lang may 1 po dito. So, ibig sabihin, hindi rin po ito tama kasi ang 1 ay hindi po sakop ng M at N. Kasi M union N. Lahat po ito. So, hindi po dapat kasama ang 1 dito para ito ay true. So, this is wrong also. So, ang tumama lang po dito ay letter A. So, our answer is letter A. Okay, for number 19 question, find M intersection N. So ito po yung ating Venn diagram. Alin po dito ang M intersection N? Ito po yung M at ito yung N. Ang intersection po ay sakop pareho ng M and N. So ang sakop po nila, ang intersection po nila ay itong part. Ang elements po dito ay D and E. So alin po dito ang may D and E na choices? Ito pong letter D. M intersection N is equal to DE. So our answer is letter D. Okay, for number 20 question. Which of the following Venn diagram represents the two sets X is equal to 2, 4, 6 and Y is equal to 2, 3, 4, and 5? Okay? So, ito po yung ating choices. So, A, B, C, D. So, alin daw po dito ang nag-represent ng dalawang sets X and Y? Alin po dito? Okay? So, ang intersection po dito ay 2, 3. Ang intersection po ay 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3. So, dalawang 2, 3, dalawang 2, 4. Tingnan po natin yung intersection. 2, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alin po dito ang intersection ng X and Y? So, may 2 po pareho. Okay? Lagyan ko po ng check. So, may 2 sa X, may 2 sa Y. Alin pa po? Okay, may 4 dito sa X, may 4 dito sa Y. Okay, so 2, 4, 2, 4. Meron pa po bang pagkakapareho? 6 po dito, wala pong 6 sa kabila. Okay, so ibig sabihin, yan po yung intersection. So ang may 2, 4 po na intersection na Venn diagram, ito pong B and C. So ibig sabihin, dito lang po tayo mamimili. Next, tingnan po natin. Ang elements po ng X ay 2, 4, 6. Okay, unahin po natin itong B. Elements niyang X ay 2, 4, 6. Okay, tama po, sakop niya. And then, elements ng Y ay 2, 3, 4, 5. Ito po yung Y, 2, 3, 4, 5. Andito po ba lahat? Yes, andito po lahat. So, ibig sabihin, ang sagot po natin dyan ay letter B. So, tingnan po nga po natin yung letter C kasi 2, 4 din po yung kanyang intersection. Ang elements po ng X ay 2, 4, 6. Okay, ito po yung X, 2, 4, 3, 5. So, ibig sabihin, mali po ito. Kasi, ang elements po niya ay 4, di ba? Tatlo lang po yung elements na nandito. 2, 4, 6. Samantalang dito ay 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, this is wrong. So, our answer is letter B. Okay? For number 21 question, ito po ay about subsets of real numbers. Which of the following sets represents integers? Letter A, P is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Letter B, Q is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Letter C, R is equal to, okay, may dot, negative 1, negative 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And letter D, S is equal to pi 4, 5.15 square root of 36. So, alin po ditong sets represent integers? So, alin po ang integers? Ang integers po ba ay 1, 2, 3, 4 or counting numbers lang? Hindi po. So, hindi po ito. Letter B, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito pong numbers given dito ay counting number at 0. Ang tawag po dito ay whole number. So, hindi po ito integers. Kulang po. Letter C, R is equal to tatlong dot, negative 1, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So, ang integers po ay composed of positive integers, negative integers, and then 0. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ito po ay letter C. Yan po yung ating integers, negative, 0, and positive integers. At yung letter C po natin, pi, dito pa lang po, ang pi po is not integer. Okay? So, our answer is letter C. Number 22 question. Rational numbers are often denoted by which of the following symbol or letter? Letter A, Q, B, Q apostrophe, letter C, Z, and letter D, W. So, alin po dito sa letters na ito ang ginagamit po as symbol of the rational numbers? Okay? So, ang rational numbers, ang kanyang symbol po ay Q. Okay? So, ang rational po ay Q at ang irrational ay Q apostrophe. Ito po yung rational, ito po yung irrational. Okay, for number 23 question. The following are irrational numbers except one which is not. Okay, so we have A, B, C, and D choices. So, ang hinahanap po ng problem, alin daw po dito ang hindi irrational? Kasi sabi niya lahat daw po ito ay irrational maliban sa isa. So, ano nga po ba yung irrational? So, ang pinakang the best po na example ng irrational number ay pi. Ano po? So, yung pi po ay irrational. Tama po yan. How about yung square root of, ito po, may square root. So, madali pong malaman kung siya po ay irrational kapag may square root. So, tignan lang po natin yung kanyang na number sa loob. Kapag ito po ay square root, dapat po hindi ito perfect square number para po ito ay irrational. So, ang 50 po is not perfect square. So, square root of 50 is irrational number. So, irrational din po ito. Okay, how about A and D? Yung A po ba is 25%? Rational po ba ito or irrational? Okay, ang 25% po, yan po ay rational. Ano po? So, rational po ang 25% at ito pong letter D, decimal number, ito po ay irrational. Bakit po ito ay irrational letter D? Kasi po yung kanyang digits sa decimal ay wala pong pattern. 5, 6, 0, 7, 0, 3. Walang pattern. And then, non-terminating po siya. May tatlong tuldok, so non-terminating. So, ito po ay irrational number. So, ang not irrational ay 25%. Ito po yung not belong to the group. Okay, sabi niya, which is not. So, our answer is letter A. For number 24 question, what subset of real number does 2.650123 ... represent? Rational number, irrational number, integer, whole number. Okay. So, yung 2 point something na may tatlong tuldok, yan po ay it's either rational or irrational. Ano po? So, kapag ganito po yung given natin na decimal, again, sabi ko po kanina, wala pong pattern yung kanyang decimal. At yung nasa right po niya may tatlong tuldok, ibig sabihin, non-terminating decimal. So, ang tawag po dito sa decimal number na ito ay irrational number. So, our answer is letter B, irrational number. Okay, for number 25 question. Which of the following set of real numbers is arranged in ascending order? So, pag sinabi po nating ascending order, ay from smallest to largest number. Okay? So, from smallest to largest number daw, alin daw dito ang naka-arrange? Okay? Ang tanong, ang given po dito ay real numbers. So, pi, 4, whole number, percentage, square root, cube root. Lahat po yan ang ganyan. Okay. Ang technique lang po sa pagsagot ng ganito, since pare-pareho po sila ng given dito, tignan na po natin dito sa 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sa 5 number po na ito, alin po dito yung pinakamaliit? Unahin po natin yung pi. Ide-decimal po natin. Ano po ang decimal ng pi? Ang pi po ay 2.14. Ano po? 2.1416 o 2.14 na lang po muna. 2.14, then 4. Okay, whole number. Madali lang yan. Ano po yung 50%? Ang 50% po sa decimal ay 0.5. 0, then 0.5. Okay, or 1/2. Then next, ang square root of 36 po ay perfect square. Ang square root of 36 ay 6. At ang cube root po ng 100, ang tanong, ang 100 is not perfect cube. Pero, ano po yung perfect cube na mas mababa sa 100 at perfect cube na mas mataas sa 100? Ang mas mababa po sa 100 na perfect cube ay 64. Ano po? Ano po yung cube root ng 64? Iyon po ay 4. So, ibig sabihin, ang cube root of 100 ay between 4 to 5. So, 4 point something po ito. Okay? So, 4 point something po. Kaya kapag in-arrange po natin, 2.14, 4, 0.5, 6, 4 point something. Alin po dito ang pinakamababa? Ang pinakamababa po dito ay ito pong 0.5, 50%. Alin po dito ang may 50% sa ating choices? Ito po, letter C. Okay, tignan po ninyo. Okay? 50%, yun po yung pinakamababa. Okay? Letter B po, sorry. 50%, 0.5 pinakamababa. Sumunod po ay pi. Yan po, 2.14. Okay? Tama po. Sumunod po ay 4. Ito po yung whole number na 4. Okay, tama. Sumunod po ay cube root of 100. So, ang cube root po ng 100 ay 4 point something. So, ibig sabihin, mas malaki po sa 4 yung cube root of 100 kasi 4 point something po yan. Okay? And then, ang panghuli po natin ay square root of 36. So, ang kanyang value po ay 6. Okay? So, ito po yung from smallest to largest value. Okay? That is our answer. Letter B. Salamat sa panonood mga anak. Kung nagustuhan nyo yung video na ito, please click like and then subscribe kung di pa po kayo nakasubscribe dito sa aking channel.